You were looking at the 4th generation Toyota Tacoma pickup truck. Toyota's been making the Tacoma for 4 generations, almost 30 years, and throughout that time, it has dominated the segment. The segment's got a lot of really quality players now, Colorado, Ranger, Frontier, but Tacoma still maintains its market share dominance for now. So I'll tell you what I like about it, don't like about it. Got a whole new engine, whole new platform. Everything has been changed about it. Now you have a 2.0-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that's replaced the V6, and there's also that same engine with a hybrid, which is what the TRD PRO has, that delivers 326 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque. So the engine does feel lighter, livelier. You now have an 8-speed transmission. It needed a refresh. It needed to keep up with the times. It really looks good, but there's some things I don't like. For example, piano black fender flares, huge mistake in my opinion. This is going to show every scratch once you take it off-roading. Don't like it. The suspension upgrades are amazing. All the new driving tech, off-road tech, wonderful. And now what they've done is separated the TRD PRO from the Trail Hunter. We haven't driven the Trail Hunter yet, but that's going to be off-road trails like this, whereas the TRD PRO is going to be more for desert running, which is why you have these crazy seats that have shock absorbers. They look cool. You'll probably never use them, and they also take away quite a bit of rear legroom space for those passengers. So keep that in mind. Don't get too excited. I've owned Toyotas forever, and I still have my 99 Land Cruiser, just sold my 2020 Land Cruiser. So you could call me a fanboy, you could call me a hater, whatever you want to. I'm just being honest with you. If I had driven this vehicle last year when it first came out, I would have loved it on a one-day drive, some cool trails, etc., typical media launch. I didn't go on that, but now that I've had it and it's been out in the marketplace, there's some things you got to think about. For example, they've had problems with the engine, problems with the transmission, and these things just aren't selling the way they should be selling. So in a way, it's a good thing that I waited. This is a $66,000 pickup truck, a mid-size pickup truck. And before you spend that kind of money, you really need to think what else is out. And if Toyota still has the QRD, quality, reliability, and dependability, as opposed to just TRD. So here you have the interior of the all-new Tacoma. I think the screen's too big. Really struggling with the radio, because every time you get in the vehicle, you have to change your source, and this goes on, and just getting back and forth from Apple CarPlay to XM radio, etc. This is a known issue. I've been talking about this for years, since the LX600. Toyota's always struggled with their infotainment, and that's not going to change. I do like these, real switches and buttons, but I also think they needed the tuning knob that's been missing. A lot of gadgetry. As you can see, you have a full digital display for your gauges, and I'm just not a fan of that, but I also know that's just where things are headed. You have a proper shifter, not shift by wire. You have a new controller here to get from 2 high to 4 high to 4 low, and then once you're there, then you can go into your different, you got drive modes, then you have your different terrain selections, and also crawl control. I mean, this is the vehicle that really started crawl control for Toyota. Now it's in so many different vehicles. Again, a lot of like Toyota badging and cool things. One thing that I discovered, which I'm not going to say is cool or anything like that, it's gimmicky, and for me, Toyota's not a gimmicky car company. But if you look over here, they have a JBL speaker, Bluetooth speaker that's removable. Okay, that's nice. I have a 99 Land Cruiser. Do you think this thing is still going to be working and around in 26 years? I don't think so. It just doesn't seem like typical Toyota. I like the red start button. Toyota claims fuel economy's improved by about 10%. We haven't really noticed it. Like I said, we have noticed that this gauge cluster is much livelier. You can customize it, you know, like most vehicles to the auxiliary gauges. It is a much lighter, livelier engine. The other thing I don't like is this hood. The vehicle itself is very bulky. We'll just kind of leave it at that, and we'll take you for a drive on the highway, and you'll see just how much the hood bounces. Also, these cameras, every time you come to a stop, they come on. So I'll demonstrate. You're driving, they go away. Every single time you come to a stop, there come the cameras. It's a little bit annoying. The seats are relatively comfortable, a lot more comfortable than the outgoing Tacoma. Overall, we've enjoyed our time with it, but I would not spend $66,000 on this vehicle until they get everything resolved. I want to know that the transmission is not a problem, that the engine bearing is not a problem. You know, I want to know that the reliability in the QRD, the R, is still there. And when you look at a lot of Toyota's products, they're recalling Tundras, Sequoias, LX600s. I mean, it's not just the 4-cylinders, it's the 6-cylinders. This is a problem. Toyota, like many other car companies, is intent on self-driving. And as you can see, my hands are off the steering wheel, and that's going to give me a warning here in a second. But it's doing a pretty good job. But we're going about 80 miles an hour. As you can tell, the Tacoma's pretty quiet. Handles nicely. I don't know if you can see that hood flutter I was talking about. It's just it's worse at times, but it just seems a little excessive. Just a very bulky hood. It's got a lot of angles, a lot of it's just very busy. I prefer something a little simpler. In general, a lot of plastic on this truck. I question the durability, especially in extreme off-roading conditions. I always feel like when it comes to technology, Toyota is kind of trailing, but when it comes to quality, reliability, dependability, they're always leading. But I hate to say it, based on recent reports, a lot of YouTube videos, etc., there are a lot of very upset owners. But they have to address, you know, the elephant in the room, the transmission and engine issues that they've been having on several Toyota products, and that's the number one reason people buy Toyota. People are willing to pay a premium for Toyota, is because of the quality and reliability and dependability. If that starts to become in question, I think you're gonna see Toyota have to make some serious changes. So for the majority of the week, we've been averaging 15.5 miles per gallon. We've been driving a little slower, more highway, 18.5. Still not quite the 23 that Toyota claims, but like most modern day pickup trucks, lots of camera angles. We're just going to give you a couple here, and this goes off once you get to about 5 miles an hour. Really kind of eliminates the need for having a spotter. This is essentially taking a virtual camera shot of where you're at. So we'll just go down here for a little bit, I wouldn't call it off-roading, but just rougher terrain. I could definitely see this coming in handy, but again, what I'm not a fan of is just, and this gives you all sorts of, by the way, angle of departure, angle of approach. Unfortunately, Toyota's carried this piano black theme throughout the vehicle. Back here, bumpers. I'm telling you, these are going to get really scratched up if you take it off-roading. But another thing they've done is paid attention to the bed of the truck. You now have a power tailgate, which is nice. Certainly comes in handy. A few more tie downs, etc. So they made the truck more utilitarian, which I like. Overall, I think they've done a good job, and I believe in Toyota. I believe that they're going to address the problems that are out there right now. They're having a lot of engine recalls, transmission recalls, and that's not good. That's not typical Toyota, but hang in there. I have faith in them, and I can't really recommend this truck today, but I think I will be able to in the near future. I'm Ron Doran. Thanks for watching. See you next time on The Driver's Seat.